Good evening, guys and girls. This is your voice of choice, DrMarxout, bringing you this week's edition of Remedy. We are kicking things off with women's tag team action. The Rising Stars opening things off, going to take on Val Savage, and it was supposed to be Suzuki, but if you missed Storm, Suzuki put in an absolutely heroic effort in order to try to topple two-thirds of the triple threat. However, as can be expected, the numbers game did catch up with Miss Suzuki. She suffered, I believe, a rib injury. I don't exactly have the exact stats in front of me, but she is out this week. Val Savage is back. She's rested up after the beatdown she received backstage by, we assume, the triple threat. She said she's not going at this alone tonight, though. She does not want a repeat performance of what happened to her partner, Suzuki. So last year's Triad Women's Superstar of the Year said she's got a new friend here tonight. She said Supremacy has added one more to the fold. And the fact I got 6 words out of her was just astonishing enough to me. So she actually could have told me who it was, and I don't think I would have known because she topped. Chip Stackworth, producer Steve in the feed. We await Val Savage's partner here tonight. Are you serious? Chip, did you know about this? Did they sign BJ Wiley to Supremacy? Is this really happening right now? And it's... I guess Val and BJ are done beating the hell out of each other, at least temporarily. Val Savage is going to start things off with Allie Starr, and Val opens things off immediately with the cutter. Oh, this is going to be a long night for the Rising Stars. I felt bad for them. I would have felt bad if they were taking on just Val by herself. But if she's got BJ Wiley in her corner, that is a nightmare for... Oh, man. Allie Starr getting absolutely worked right now. Oh, man. Star's going to try to roll through. Val right overhead with the belly-to-belly suplex. Val figure fours that neck into the elbow. The Stars have been teaming together since last year, though, so they will have the tag experience advantage. Allie sent into the Supremacy corner, which is weird to say considering BJ's there. He's off that second rope with the elbow. I'm going to be tripping all over my words right now with this nonsense going on. This is the first of 3 qualifiers for Mad Science Project. Mad Science Fair Project. Sorry. Our next supercard has officially gotten a name. We're heading to Japan for the weekend. 2 weeks away. 2.5 weeks. Allie trying to take Val into the Rising Stars corner. Val gets Statmare down, pops right back up. Gets kicked, popped up into an alley-oop bomb. Stephanie Basic in now. Basic and Val tangled numerous times last year in Supernova. Basic and BJ have tangled numerous times. BJ gets her first tag in. Her first look at tandem offense from Supremacy. Double hip toss into the sandwich kicks. BJ showing the strength, deadlifts into the power bomb. Now into the Boston Crab, dead center. Our main event tonight is that Iron Man Cruiser Blitz Division title match. Last opportunity for Eddie, Matua, and Nightmare. But that's still so far away. BJ with the 360 splash. All the 360 no scope. Basic no idea where she is, trying to crawl and tag in Val. That's not what you want to do. Brado just get cut back down with the Canadian DDT. In case you didn't hear it the first time, they have another one. Ironically enough, both teams do have a Canadian. Man, I mean, we have the triple threat now. We have Supremacy, that's a trio now. We have the women of Lunacy, like we have the ladies of Lunacy. Japanese brainbuster on the outside. I have a feeling that Erica Rumble might need to go recruit one more. Go to black eye move, but from BJ on the outside, even though she's neither black nor guy. Has Basic up, spikes her with another Japanese brainbuster. I don't think Basic's got in a single ounce of offense yet. Daddy's 3 count up to 7. Basic dives through to bring in Ali Star. Runs through BJ, ducks the lariat. Sends Ali out the hard way. We might be seeing more of a beatdown out in the playground. BJ hoping to find that measure of success here that she's had at Supernova. And apparently she wants to do it teaming with Val Savage, who the long history between those two, I guess. I mean, they may not be familiar as a team, but they know each other probably better than anyone else. So that's, dear God. BJ staring right at Basic, trying to steal the cover here. Or where she thinks Basic is. I know Basic's generally just now starting to stir. Big soccer kick to the guts. Wiley, no regard for the fact that Basic is right there. Rear chin lock. Ali Star grabs that bottom rope. Goes for that low kick. Ali catches it, sweeps the back leg, much in the style of Cobra Kai. Boston Crab of her own in the dead center. BJ, though, way too much steam left in the engine. Has Ali up on the shoulder. Right into the Black Chaos Ritual. Wasting no time here. Has Star hooked. Has her up. Black Chaos Driver. Or if you watch the Cade match, the Yellow Devil Driver. And I don't think Basic wanted any of that nonsense. She knew she was going to face Savage. So Supremacy moving on to take that 4th spot in that women's 4-way ladder match. So it's going to be... So to put you folks in perspective, in one corner you're going to have CeCe Bones and Valentina defending their women's tag team titles. In another corner, you're going to have Vanessa Delphine, whatever, and Kashmir Khan representing the triple threat. And another one's going to be Breeze and Chip Stackworth's favorite female wrestler, Melanie Renee Miller. And now in the other corner, BJ Wiley and Val Savage apparently representing Supremacy. Good God. And if the hurt they put on the Rising Stars tonight is any indication, yeah, this team's going to be a huge freaking problem for the women's tag team division. They might even give the Pack a run for their money. And unintentional foreshadowing. Speaking of our tag team champions and contenders, one half of our number one contenders to the tag team titles, Brickhouse, being flanked by John Stone tonight, taking on one half of our tag team champions, Aro Suzuki, with Shima Dori watching his back, and hello, Feck. I don't know if you just watched the last thing, but it's we got a show tonight. I'd like to think there's no actual professional disdain between the Pack and Dragon Ascent. I want to hope that it's just professional, because all four of them kind of seem like stand-up guys. But there's gold on the line. Man, I gotta say, I don't know. We know that Dragon Ascent has beaten some of the Haas teams. They've beaten the Highlanders. I want to say they've beaten the Wild Stallions already, televised. I know at house shows they're still undefeated as a team. But the way the Pack has been gelling since they've become the Pack, and we're just talking about all the teams gelling now, that's just the third for the night. And Midori has now officially signed with SPW. Officially, he's going to start doing double duty. Well, I mean... So Dragon Ascent going to apparently be pulling some double work at some point. In order to get to that point, though, we got to see if Suzuki can survive Brickhouse. And the Pack out first. The only team since the inception of a Meat Mountain match to survive fully intact. And they have been just running roughshod over the tag team division. In line to get their first shot at tag team gold here. First time trying to get gold here in Blitz. We are eclipsing the halfway point of our season. We still got the Leon White Memorial Battle Royal coming up in a couple months. I can almost guarantee at least Stone's going to be in that. Dragon Ascent will not be in the Leon White Memorial Battle Royal. Way too little guys for that. Shima Dori wearing his first gold as a triad wrestler. Has won numerous titles back home in Japan. Is a former Hajime Puro Super Junior champion. I want to say he's gotten more than one Formula One belt over there. A lot of their records are a little bit harder to track down. And Cullen Creed representing the Hellfire Club. I did actually... So fun fact, I've actually seen those weirdos kind of patrolling around here. And we don't have them on for tonight, but apparently they've signed to do some work here. And Suzuki opening things off with that forward low kick immediately. I'm busy talking about signees, events coming up. Missing the match happening. God damn. Suzuki right into the twisting neck breaker. Suzuki, that snap European uppercut. Pops up into the Rana. Suzuki's already got numerous ballot votes for Triad Rookie of the Year. Stone right there to pick up Brickhouse. Suzuki should know better, violates Wizard rule in front of Wizard's little brother. Caught with that short run lariat. The Machine, I know that he's already got his hat in the ring for the Leon White. As far as the actual matches, I know he's not booked for the next couple weeks, but I think we are actually working to try to get him a little something. Apparently he's sick of getting his face kicked off by Project Mayhem's only champion, Bryce Warren. Daddy's 3 count taken down by there's Suzuki, getting whipped into him. Midori paying dividends here, distracting Brickhouse. Too much ring awareness, though. Caught Suzuki sneaking. Lariat almost more of a haymaker. Suzuki staggered right now. Yeah, Sato's also... I mean, at this point, Jimmy Havoc might have my vote too, especially if he can find a way to beat Ray Daemonio. Which after Storm went off the air last week, Daemonio came out and was doing that Daemonio-ish that he's been doing lately. Havoc came down to the ring, and once again, Daemonio got the advantage on Jimmy Havoc. He's the only man this season since Havoc signed that's been able to stop that momentum. Whether or not that actually happens when they finally meet at the Mad Science Fair project, though, we will see. After the opening minutes, this match has been all Brickhouse. Dumped Suzuki up to the apron. Gonna snap him in the hard way. Midori right there trying to distract Brickhouse one more time. Suzuki incredibly slow to get up. Now into that modified hold 4. Bridging back way further than that arm should back. Brickhouse still going to use that momentum to roll out of it. Snaps off the forearm shot. Suzuki going to retaliate with the forearm of his own. Hits that forward low kick one more time. Been watching his cousin and tag team partner Akira a few times. And I'm sorry, did Midori just slip a chair in? Apparently his big brother Wizard's new attitude he's had this season. In the short bit of time we did get to see him over in high class is rubbing off on Midori. Suzuki high angle moonsault. 3 count doesn't see the chair. Suzuki violating Wizard rule. Standing corkscrew moonsault and 3 count seeing the chair. Throws it right back down to look like he hit Suzuki in his ankle. Yeah, let's let that fact simmer. Thank you, Steve. Brickhouse is 280 and the small guy of the pack. Midori pops in, Rana right onto the chair. Brickhouse knew he was in trouble, rolled to the outside. But Suzuki gonna give chase in the bad part of the neighborhood. Brickhouse laying in with those rights on the barricade. Refs count at 6. Brickhouse introduced to the turnbuckle post the hard way. Suzuki gonna do it one more time. 3 count up to 8. Referee's count broken late. Now the chair's finally out. Suzuki into that modified trailer hitch. Man's apparently picking up submission moves now. Measuring Brickhouse. Gonna run the long way, hits the air cutter. Dead center. It's Suzuki picking up the big win for his team. And Suzuki apparently not done here. And apparently now that they're champions, Dragon Ascension's going to start doing anything the hell they want. Three count in there, stopping on account that he even looks down at Suzuki. And we're going to get some measure of control before we absolutely lose control in this match. This is the second of those qualifying matches I was talking about. This one to crown the next #1 contender for the Blitz Division title. EVH, who's been on absolute God mode, gained his spot in this match by the virtue of not getting pinned in that original triple threat match between Nightmare, Simon Taro, and himself. Space Homie won his triple threat. I don't even remember who all was in that one, because the match that Mighty won to get here, the hell that Mighty and 4 other gentlemen went through. Ollie Oxenfree is out with a concussion. Prodigy got rocked. Everyone was bloody. But Mighty came out victorious after hitting a final Blizzard of 93 on Jay Hellion to get here. This one falls count anywhere. Elimination style match. Last man standing moves on to the Mad Science Fair project to take on the man that wins the championship in our main event tonight. And Stackworth going with Space Homie. I mean, he's the only guy that hasn't been a Cruiserweight champion in the Triad. He's still currently Hajime Puro, Super Junior champion. So, dude's got a shot. But we have to keep in mind that Mighty, when he's got his mind on a gold, not so much holding the title, because he's been absolute shite at retaining the title, but when he's going after a belt, dude has been a monster. But then, speaking of monsters, EVH did what I still think might be the shocker of the year. When at our unstable supercard, I shouldn't even say supercard, our unstable special event, pinned teammate and contender in this match, Mighty, pinned Bake and pinned Iceman. And the heel district beat. He proved he is that dude in Steel City Strong style right now. Youngest member of the quartet. Quintet if you count Liz. Youngest performer in the Triad, male or female, to be a champion. Still not even legally able to drink. Is already a 2-time tag team champion in Supernova. Cruiserweight, ex-Cruiserweight tag team champion, former Cruiserweight champion over there, former tag team champion here. Dude's just stacking up accolades. And I'm not talking about that lazy-ass camel clutch that some dude does over in some other company. And the resident alien superhero of our Blitz division. Yeah, EVH has been a hard man to slow down. Most of the opportunities he's had at Gold, he hasn't won because they weren't one-on-one matches. The only reason why he's not, I gotta say, the only reason why he's not your Cruiserweight champion over in Supernova is because he has never, I don't remember the last time he had a one-on-one shot at Calderon. If he manages to win here tonight, though, he will have a one-on-one shot at our champion. Whether that's Nightmare, whether that's Eddie Matua, I don't know. as our third man in the match. Already has a Blitz Division title reign in his pocket. And the irony of Jin being the issues that Calderon has right now, especially with the history that Jin and EVH have. Which, old ass, dead ass Jin. You know my feelings on Jin. I'll have to actually pull out the spreadsheets, but I want to say that Mighty's Blitz Division title reign last season was the longest in the title's history. I think Nightmare's first reign might come close only by the virtue that it was over the off-season. We got two guys from Pittsburgh and a Canadian Martian. We got Falls Count Anywhere elimination triple threat match, and we got a bell. And Mighty and EVH going right after each other. I don't know if that's just a threat assessment. And Space Homie saying, hey guys, I'm here too, runs in with the drop soul. EVH ducks go behind looking for the sweet and sour. Mighty knows that thing a little too well. Caught with the Canadian neck breaker. And EVH there right to pick up the scraps of the kick. Space Homie with the jawbreaker. Now Mighty hits the official go-to black eye move. Head scissor takeover by Space Homie. Everyone's getting action right now. Space Homie trying to take some of that grip strength and power out of Mighty. Mighty is going to be the strongest and best striker out of these three. Space Homie, the best pure aerialist. I gotta say, EVH, though, might just be kind of that best mix of everything. And a Spanish fly out of nowhere from Space Homie. Didn't look like he actually caught a flush. EVH popped right back up. EVH and Mighty going back at it. Hazard going for the stomp. Mighty ducks. Going for the lariat, gets caught with the drop kick instead. EVH with the lariat, now Space Homie into the corner. Bring out looking for the alley-oop. Mighty right there to pick up. Dumps Hazard out the hard way. Space Homie has Mighty reversal on the Irish whip. Got to run through modified Enziguri into the corner. Cartwheels into the moonsault. Guess that was more like Amagiri. It's hard to tell from this angle. Thanks, camera guy. Make the incorrect call stuff because I can't see what the hell you're doing. Space Homie off. Runs through the knee strike into the neck breaker. Snapping off a couple quick strikes on EVH. Last season, I don't think I ever seen Space Homie throw more than like maybe a couple kicks in the match. This season, he's added more strikes. Looks like he's actually added more grappling. And Hazard runs through both Mighty and Space Homie with the drop kick. Hill District doing all that work right now into the cross arm breaker. Apparently Mighty doesn't want Hazard to get that momentum going of getting more eliminations. Shot down low. Thought we were going to get a tandem offense on EVH. Mighty said nope. Dump Space Homie outside. Apparently wants more of Hazard. Gonna take him out the hard way with the lariat. Comes off up and over with the suicide dive. Oh dear God, are we gonna get some action out of Space Homie? Is he gonna do some flippity dippity? Because he's really good at the flippity dippity. Mighty looking for that overhand chop, gets caught, turns right into reversal, jumps through with the clothesline. Hazard a bit slow to get up on the apron. Tries to springboard him with the Enziguri. Mighty ducks it. Couple of right hands. Go-to black eye move. Space Homie goes for that drop salt one more time. Mighty ducks it. Homie has Mighty up in the power bomb. Spikes him. Hits that modified drop salt on EVH. We've seen Chris Cash finish matches with that. It's like a normal move for Space Homie. Modified rocker dropper. Mighty scrambling everybody's eggs right now. Big Larry takes Space Homie to the outside. Gonna leave Space Homie out to pasture, going right back after Hazard. He's got him hooked up. Southern Light suplex. Space Homie goes for the Northern Lights, doesn't bridge it out. As EVH spikes him with another sit-down jawbreaker. He staggered himself a little bit there. Quick snapmare off the ropes. Into that low blockbuster. EVH dragon suplex with the release. Decides he wants to pose, actually dodges the first grapple attempt by Mighty in the process. Hazard thrown back out. Mighty big kick to the midsection. Set far corner. Got McGeary. Oh, I'm gonna get to call this one thanks correctly. Thanks, camera guy. Hits that moonsault combination one more time. Hooks the leg for the cover attempt. Mighty's gonna kick out at 1.9. Big Space Homie on that figure four on the neck. Hazard broke it up before it started. Hazard caught that neck breaker. Space Homie hits that Majorana. Mighty's record in multi-man matches is not as good as it should be. Snaps off a quick strike combination onto Hazard. Gets a 2 count. Hazard taken out by that running double axe handle. Has Mighty up. Bangarang onto EVH. And Mighty's record in multi-man matches continues to not be terribly impressive. Gotta say that might have been gross. I feel like that's kind of payback for last season when Mighty got that shot at Dougal Devlin. He actually snapped off the German suplex onto Phobos and dropped him onto Space Homie. And that's what set at the end of the match. So I gotta think Space Homie remembers that, and that was entirely intentional. Snap German on the outside, bridges it out. If Hazard has taken nothing else from the teachings of Iceman, it's bridge or suplexes. Space Homie gonna flip up and out into the Enziguri. Gotta work on the legs of Hazard. Has a hold of that wrist, gotta modify monkey flip into the ropes. Hazard trying to roll outside, it's not going to do you much good out there. Especially when you have a guy like Space Homie. Dives through, looked like he was going for some sort of Dragon Rana variation, ended up turning into just a Liger kick. And Hazard might be dead. Space Homie has EVH hooked. Gonna spin out Deep Space 9 on the outside. And Hazard's gonna kick out after being dropped face first on the mats. Hazard is not human this season, but he is bleeding. Space Homie basement drop kick. Trying to re-aggravate that laceration. Quick snap there. As if there's any other kind.
Hazard caught, grip broken. Del Toro into the head scissor. EVH in a bad way here. Space Homie, that low kick. Slingshot's in. Guillotine leg drop on that bottom rope. Off the ropes. Hits that Spanish fly. More of a moonsault, fall away slam. And Space Homie gonna do it here. Stackworth called it. So now Space Homie gotta watch our main event tonight. Find out who he has in his first one-on-one shot televised at our Blitz Division title. EVH laid out that combination for Mighty. And I want to say that's actually what set up Mighty getting Bangarang right onto his partner. That quick snap German on the outside after Mighty was eliminated. EVH would eat that deep space 9 driver onto those mats. And still found a way to kick out at 2. Right there, that slingshot moonsault slam. EVH unable to kick out after that. And our resident Canadian alien, I'm still convinced Toronto, he reps Toronto, but I'm convinced it's from another planet. Is officially our #1 contender. But will it be Nightmare? Will it be Matua? We still got a couple matches to find out. I want to say this is our last qualifier, this one. 6-man action. 3-on-3 tag team style. Winning team, those 3 gentlemen will move on to take the last 3 spots in the now vacant Headhunter title ladder match. And if this isn't just the worst, the weirdest hodgepodge of dudes on teams, I don't know what the hell is. The final boss, Hugo Lazarus, apparently went down to his resident Halloween store and got some different paint. The original Mayhem Haas, Amadeus Keith. And Winnipeg's 3rd most famous wrestler, Jerome Alpha, taking on the War God Coup, Nick Bruiser Jr., and numerous time top contender for the Headhunter belt, Kersey Ramon. This match will be first fall. Winning team gets the last 3 spots. We know that Run PGH claimed their spots on Remedy last week. Cade has a spot. Hakuna Matata has a spot. DJ 404 has a spot. And we're getting right into action here. Keith and Kersey Ramon locking it up first. Keith showing off that power and height game immediately with the military press slam. Ramon goozled here. I thought we were going to see a choke, so he was going to back wheel trip. Kersey Ramon is about 6'5", 250, and he is the 2nd smallest man in this match. It's kind of one of those put in perspective things, like Brickhouse being the small guy of the pack. Ramon is the small guy on his team. Overhead Baker style slam from Keith. Keith 7'2", 3, I think 38, something in that ballpark. Hugo Lazarus 6'7", 310. Nick Bruiser 6'4", I think, 280. War God 6'5", 280. I think War God might actually be pushing closer to 290, 300 now, though. But it's that scary muscle weight that he's got. War God getting tagged in first. Keith, hard Irish whip. War God, one-time headhunter champion. Gonna show off some of that power. Pump handle into the Samoan drop. Hugo Lazarus, of course, the only other man in the history of our short history of our company. I always mix up the word on that. To hold our world heavyweight champion. War God, that scary strength that just had Keith up by his leg into the stretch muffler. Hugo Lazarus was our inaugural world heavyweight champion. Was the first man, but far from the last man to fall to that freight train that is Ray Daemonia. Daemonia has beaten everyone in this match, some of them multiple times. Keith up, gets spiked with a deadlift powerbomb like he's a cruiserweight. Look like War God wanted one more. Keith gonna power out. Gonna tag in the final boss. We know Lazarus and War God have a history. They tied up numerous times last season. There's the crucifix bomb toss from the final boss. All those words wrong. And of course, Lazarus and Leaga had that late match of the year candidate at Final Cut last season. Leaga, of course, Ku's tag team partner. Big brain chops from the final boss. So much of Lazarus's offense focuses on that neck. Gonna send War God into the corner. Dives through with the avalanche lariat. None of these teams have really clicked, or going back to that word of the night, gelled. But I think it's because they know that this is just a matter of teaming for convenience. And to show you how crazy Lazarus is, he was just headbutting a Polynesian man. If you're not Hugo Lazarus or Fergal Flynn, I think it's illegal for you to try to headbutt a Polynesian man because you just die. And we do not condone that sort of behavior in the digital trial. War God has Lazarus up, spikes it with the Dominator right into the cover. War God finally getting something going here. Has not had the season 2 that he was hoping for. He has all the power game he was hoping for. He sits down from the deadlift powerbomb. Measuring the final boss here. War God has him hooked. Picks him up. Sits him down with the drums of war. 2.0. Back press, leg hooked. And Lazarus, that scary resiliency, kicks out a 2.9. Lazarus set into the corner. Ramon tag back in. Big double back body drop. Nick Bruiser Jr. and Jerome Alpha still yet to get into this match. And with the elbows. I'm trying to work on into that rear chin lock. Bad neighborhood. Jerome Alpha brought in. Lazarus dropped toe hold Alpha. Drops the elbow to the small of the back. Has a hold of that arm. Going to try to pop the elbow here. Jerome Alpha, member of the one-man Alpha Club here in Blitz. Goes into that surfboard lock. Ramon getting just bent like he's on a raft. Powers way out though. Gives that big right hand, Alpha ducks it. Like I said, bad neighborhood. Caught with that heel kick. Alpha trying to move into the headhunter division as he can no longer challenge Ray Damonio. After catching his second L this season. War guy getting brought back in. War guy immediately sent to the corner, caught the heel kick of his own. Alpha keeping the War god in his corner, gets caught the back body drop on the way out. The War god going to work with those headbutts. Alpha gonna willingly almost take a headbutt there with the jawbreaker. Big knife edge shot. I don't know if you want to get into a chop fest with the War God though. Alpha using that speed, just throwing himself right now. Brings in the final boss. Bruiser once in. Bruiser gets in. Goes for that sliding uppercut. Gets dodged. Hits it the second time. And two big lariats out of the Bruiser. Uppercut dodge one more time. Lazarus dives through with the headbutt. Gets just shrugged off. Nick Bruiser Jr. sliding around like he's in Clay Fighters.
And just threw a basement drop kick with his little Rob Liefeld legs. That was adorable.
Bruiser gonna head outside, gets caught with the forearm in the kidneys. Lazarus looking for try to box the ears, gets stopped immediately. I want to say these two have already met in singles action. Bruiser out victorious there. Keith's gonna be brought in here. He's trying to look for the shoulder tackle, gets caught with the roll up. Chop, stop. Bruiser hits a running uppercut one more time. Keith's into the bad neighbor. He gets caught with that avalanche lariat. Bruiser measuring here. Going for that special circuit combo. Gets the uppercut. Keith might be dead. Alpha gonna run and break up the count at 2. Took out 3 count with him. Ramon dumps Alpha outside the hard way. I thought we were gonna see some after the play action there. War got tagged in. I don't know how legal it is. Ref didn't see it. I don't think it's gonna matter too much. War God has Keith up, sits him down with the drums of war. Keith having the worst of times right now. Back press one more time. And the War God, Bruiser Jr., Curse Ramon, victorious here. Lazarus took a drums of war. Keith took a drums of war after getting special circuited. Coop putting in work. Right there was that special circuit combo. That one's broken up by Alpha, but in the end, one more drums of war from the War God. And tonight they celebrate. In a few weeks, so they will be absolutely trying to beat the hell out of each other. In an effort to try to become the next Headhunter champion. We get set for our unofficial co-main event. I know there's not a lot of excitement to this, but I'm kind of excited to see Mizadeo back in here. And last year's Betty White Invitational surprise winner, Kamoko Kanemaru, back here tonight. So I know our brass was discussing with Supernova's brass the timing of this year's Collins Cup in comparison to the Betty White Invitational. I think that the brass landed on the week following the Collins Cup. We will present the next Betty White Invitational / Golden Girls Classic weekend event. No guarantees it's going to be on a weekend. It'll happen once we get the venue booked. I don't know yet. By the virtue of being last year's winner, even though she's only had like 2 matches televised this season, Kamoko Kanemaru will be guaranteed a spot at the tournament. Suzuki, when she returns from injury, because of the hell she went through on Remedy and almost pulled out the dub on a couple occasions, is guaranteed a spot. I believe that they are going to be setting up, I don't know if it's going to be a mini tournament or just a battle royal or what's going on, but we have extended an olive branch to Supernova Pro to send one of their women in for a spot. And our women's champion, whoever that may be at the time, is guaranteed a spot. It's because half the matches you proposed involved Jello wrestling, a greased up pig, and I want to say I remember you mentioning something about a Dalmatian on a pole. That, and to be fair, I'm pretty sure the Collins Cup is a weekend event of its own. I know last year we went one day with the Betty White and the Golden Girls Classic. We may try to move for a weekend event. As we get closer to that, we will have that figured out. If trend follows from last season, we will have a Remedy special event where it will be 4 Fatal 4-Way matches. We were calling them Femme Fatal 4-Ways last year. Femme Fatale 4-Ways. Where the winner of each of those moves on to claim the last 4 spots. Gotta believe Mizadeo looking to, if she gets the win here, she may find her way into one of those Fatal 4-Ways. Of course, depending on how thin our roster may or may not be due to injury and everything else by that point, she may just get one by the virtue of being vertical. We still have a pay-per-view to get to before we get to the Betty White, though. That's a whole other monster. Kanemaru, Mizadeo, unofficial co-main event. We're live. Deo immediately hitting with the snap release German. Kanemaru calling an elbow tie up. Pushes Deo into the corner. 3 count, gonna look for a clean break here. And of course, Deo says no clean breaks. 2 chops right to the throat. Goes for that roadhouse, gets dug, turns in with the wheel kick. Yes, thank you, Chip. I didn't realize how tall Deo was, but Kanemaru is really short. But Deo is pretty tall. Big backdrop driver. Dave forearm to the face, barely gets one count here. Kimoko gets ducked, turned in. Look like we get a neck breaker, turned into the schoolboy. Good kick out one more time. Pops up Frankenstein, her first real bit of offense out of Kanemaru. If anyone says they had her winning the Betty White last year, I will call them a liar, and I will wish dishonor upon their family, themselves, and their cows. Kanemaru spins out the Falcon Arrow. And the women she had to beat to win the tournament? Ridiculous. Deo back up on her feet. Reversal on the Irish whip. Big kitchen sink style knee one more time. Putting absolute work on that midsection. As Kanemaru hooked. Short curb stomp. Almost caught her on that bottom rope. Gotta believe that's what she was aiming for. Went down for the pin, brought her up immediately, wants to inflict more punishment. Roundhouse turns into the heel kick one more time. You heard it here first. Supernova has accepted the invite for the Betty White Invitational. And exchanging forearms on the outside. Deo bounce face first. Looking to use that strength one more time, drops her with the stun gun. Apron getting all sorts of attention right now. Quick neck breaker on the outside. Referee's count at 7. Kanemaru beats the 8 count. Actually going to continue on the inside. Into the modified Keystone Cloverleaf. Every move's modified these days. Can't nobody just do a regular move. Dave gonna use that leg strength, powers her way up. Goes for that low kick, Kanemaru stops him with the Irish whip. Turns into that single leg drop kick. Gonna try to pop the knees out of I was gonna call it Josie Quinn. Not even close. Meet the Deo. Kanemaru goes for the cover, gets kicked out at 1.9. Pops right back into that Frankenstein at the start of her offense here. Deo gets dropped with that stun gun on the top rope now. Kanemaru is absolutely taken over here. Throttles Deo one more time. Hooks the leg. Deo gonna kick out at 2.8. Kanemaru quick forearm, kicks down low. Has Deo up. Into the alley-oop bomb. Now just dragging Deo across the ring. Has her hooked. Deadlift German. Usually set up for the Kanemaru clash. Deo's hooked up. Kanemaru steps through, flips into the clash. Too close to the rope, so Deo grabs that bottom. Kanemaru into that, working on that arm strike. Quick knee drop. Deo back on her feet. Into the jawbreaker. Shaking out the cobwebs from getting worked on for the last 3 minutes. Going right back to work. But that short curb stomp. Nowhere close to the ropes for that. Can untie that top turnbuckle post. Camaro kicks down low. Quick fisherman suplex. Almost perfect. Going right back to work on that arm. Reversal on the Irish whip. Canamora dumped up to the apron, taken down the hard way. Dave's going to break that count to go and inflict some more punishment. Thrown back in the hard way. Dave going to inflict a little bit more punishment before heading back in here. And that modified short armbar, not even modified, just short armbar. Variation on hold 4. Hammer trying to crawl to the ropes, going to roll back through. Hammerlock broken out with the back elbow. Into that single leg drop kick one more time. Hammer going right back to work with that Kanemaru cloverleaf. They're trying to reach out for that bottom rope, doesn't want to give up too much more angle on that. Kamaru stopped that big haymaker right hand. Hits that shotgun drop kick. Trying to re-slow this thing down with that rear chin lock. Dave trying to fight her way up. Breaks free at the Queen Hippo elbows. Quick combination. Kanemaru staggered. I didn't realize Deo got broken up the first time. Officially gets the pad off. As Kanemaru up on the shoulders, rolls through with the Death Valley driver. And Deo victorious here. The Sakura driver victorious here. And Deo apparently not done, wants to make a statement here. Apparently nobody's happy just taking the win and leaving. We're going to try to get that sorted out, make sure we get that top turnbuckle pad replaced as we come into our main event of the evening. One more time, Nightmare, your challenger. Eddie Matua, your Blitz Division champion. 30-minute Iron Man style match. Falls count anywhere. No disqualifications. No rope breaks. Whoever has the most pinfalls or submissions by the final bell will be your Blitz Division champion. And the man that he defeats can no longer get a one-on-one shot against the champion. We know that Space Homie has punched his ticket to the Mad Science Project Fair. Mad Science Fair Project. I just got the name tonight. It's going to get mixed up. The question is, who will he meet as champion? We find out here next on Remedy. Just think by the end of tonight, Bryce Warren may no longer be Project Mayhem's sole champion. That hurts me to say so much. Stackworth, who you got? Steve, who you got? Anyone else left in the feed? Who you got? Show me who you got. Nightmare has held the most belts here in Blitz. Former two-time champion in the Blitz division. Former two-time tag team champion. One half of the inaugural tag team champions. Stackworth calling for retention. And Universal from the Supernova team. I gotta say, it's... I feel like Nightmare's gonna try to shut us all up about Bryce Warren. I feel like he knows that Dante Ripley does not like the lack of success, for lack of a better term, going on with Project Mayhem. Last season we've seen that whenever Dante Ripley is unhappy, people get hurt. When Jacob Oxley got cut, and Matua wearing some new gear. Officially out of the Future Wave get-up, which is fair because Future Wave has no more future. Officially confirmed, 1000%. Matua was just a hair's breadth away from beating Jin at Opportunity Knocks to get that guaranteed shot at Calderon. Almost had a chance to become Eddie Two Belts. I don't care what you say, we're all stealing from Zacky Sabre. Just because he was the first guy to really go and insert name here with a Y on the end, 2 belts. Or 3 belts, or 47 belts, whatever he had at the time. I don't care. Not the point. Your challenger tonight standing 6'3", 4, 5, somewhere in that ballpark. Tallest member of the Blitz division. 195 representing Project Mayhem. No idea where the hell he's from. Nightmare. Your champion this evening. Standing 5'10", 186, I think. From Honolulu, Hawaii. Because you need to put that extra emphasis because there's 2 eyes there. Eddie effing Matua. Hands that belt over. Might be the last time we see it without that Project Mayhem Anarchy symbol on it. Challenger, champion. Referee, timer in the corner, main event bells go. Nightmare rolls through with that lariat immediately. Snaps off the quick kick. Overhead shot. The two are going to fight back with the strike combination. Drops that boot. Quick Misaki kick. if we do end up at a draw here, champion will retain. Quick Rana takedown by Matua. Matua won his first belt off of Nightmare. Nightmare, of course, regained that belt almost 2 weeks later. Hits that quick flapjack. We apologize for that mic cutout issue. Audio is back here. Nightmare goes for that lariat shot. Catches the kick, jumps over into the Gamagiri. Ducks a clothesline. Kicking out the legs of Matua here. Nightmare perched up top. We know he has a dark side of the mood side stomp. Jumps through with the elbow to the forehead. Super bionic elbow. Forearm to the face. 2 count. 2.5 minutes down here. No falls. Knockout knee strike to the champ. Nightmare clamps on a sharpshooter. Dead center. Not hooked clean though. Matua picks the ankle. Has Nightmare up. Runs out the Liger Bomb. Too close to the ropes though. Of course there are no rope breaks in this match. Matua comes back. Pair of clotheslines. Ducks the line for Nightmare off the ropes. Leaping lariats Batman. Oh. And big super kick out of Matua. 3 count, not knowing what the hell's going on. Nightmare out at 2.8. We've seen Kamaru throw one of these out last match. Matua deadlift into the German, no bridge. Runs through quick Hopana driver. Matua first fall. Now putting in that work on Nightmare. Try to steal another quick cover here. Nightmare's going to kick out at 2.9. Going to work on the legs, trying to keep Nightmare grounded. As Nightmare hooked in the Fisherman, spins out into the Falcon Arrow. Almost a Michinoku driver. Nightmare's going to roll through the victory roll. Dead center here, hooked. Matua out at 2.5. Quick snap, vertical, floats right into the cover. Nightmare's out at 2 one more time. We're 5 minutes down. Champion has the challenger out on the apron. Gonna take him down the hard way with the forearm shot. Quick snap vertical one more time. This one, the ankles bounce off the apron. Into the cover attempt. Nightmare out at 2 clean one more time. Apparently if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Matua working with those snap verticals. Pops up into the Verona takedown. Those mats out there are not terribly thick. You're going to feel every bit of it. Matua drops a reverse DDT. Into that Rana one more time. This match has been pretty much all Matua for the last 4 minutes. Hits the Hopena driver on the outside. Matua up 2 falls to nothing so far. Nightmare trying to fight back, get something going here. Nightmare fighting back with the elbows. Trying to shake the cobwebs out. Needs to find a way to come back here. Walks into a forearm shot. Matua maintains control. Bounces the challenger off the apron. Nightmare set back in. Matua runs through, gets caught with the arm drag takeover. Nightmare big lariat, we're heading back outside. Nightmare with a quick right hand, overhead arcing right hand shot. Hits a reverse DDT of his own on the outside. Challenger has Matua up, spikes him with the Elm Street driver, hooks the leg. Matua kicks out at 2.8. Falls still go 2-0 for the champion here. Big knife edge chop. You're allowed to woo that, people. Nightmare fights back. Soul kick to the guts. Double underhook overhead belly to belly suplex. That seemed like a very generic style move. All those extra prefixes you don't need. Forearm in the face. And Nightmare gets on the board with his first fall. Into a right back up backdrop suplex. Almost got that cover right back. Hits the frog splash. Shades a partner at Raiden Frost. Doesn't opt to hold on for the cover attempt. Rolls through with the Liger kick. Springboards into the Lion Salt. The two are just stringing moves together here. I'm trying to go to work with that key lock. Matua's moveset is very, very fluid. He can go from just one move into the next very seamlessly, as we just seen there before the key lock was applied. Nightmare going to power his way back up. Big forearm staggers the champion. Nightmare going to turn him inside out. Hits that tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. We are 10 minutes down. 2 falls to 1 in favor of the champion. Nightmare heads up topside. Hits the corkscrew moonsault. Quick kick combination. Misses that European uppercut. Goes for that box clap. Champion stops it. Nightmare's going to be sent into his corner. Matua goes for the drop kick. Gets nothing but turnbuckle pad. Nightmare violates Bowser roll. Gets caught with the DDT. And that is why we don't taunt in matches. Matua off the ropes, hits the knockout knee strike. Forearm to the face, doesn't hook a leg. Nightmare's going to kick out at 2.1 there. Challenger pops back up over the shoulder breaker. Dumps Matua out the hard way to the outside. Nightmare's talking trash to some 5th grader in the front row. Quick pendulum elbow to the small of the back, even though it's the biggest part of the back. Matua introduced the hard way to the steps. Quick cover attempt here. 3 count took too long to get there. Matua's out immediately. Nightmare could be looking to tie this up. Champion up, down with the Elm Tree driver one more time. And Nightmare has officially tied this match up with 18 minutes to go. Matua pops off that backdrop driver one more time. Big volcano kick. Hooks the leg, back press, 3 counts, dazed somewhere. Matua back in the lead here with 3-2. And then immediately into the Hopana driver. Matua gets those 2 falls back real quick like. Quick cutter out of Nightmare. Matua gonna kick out. Yeah, Nightmare is... The matches these two have had have always been good for that. Like, these two complement each other so well. And I think that's why the brass have decided that this is the last time there can be a singles match for a title out of these two. Nightmare taken back up to the outside. Landed awkwardly. Looked like he hit his back on the apron. Matua dives out the double axe handle, gets all of it. Dives through with that Liger kick one more time. Nightmare's going to kick out before 3 count could even get in position. Quick running enziguri out of Matua, champion here. All he's got to do is just play keep away for the next 15 minutes. That's not Eddie's style, though. Big release deadlift German on the outside. Has Nightmare up, gonna walk him out to the barricade or change his mind. Stun gun onto the steps. Stun gun, Snake Eyes, call it what you will. It's painful. And then knee right to the back of the head. Driving Nightmare face first into those mats. European uppercut, champion here. All momentum on his side, just throwing Europeans out. It's like he's seen a Logan Neal match or 5. We are past the halfway point. Champion up, 4 falls to 2. Off the ropes. Quick leg drop, brother. The 2 are going to run back through. Corkscrew leg drop, brother, uncle, cousin. Matua looking to fly here. Gets all of the frog splash. Going right back to work with the leg drops. Going to use that speed. Challenger getting measured here. Matua runs through, hits the Hopana cutter. Gets another, falls up. What is it? 5-2 now. Nightmare, huge enziguri. Nightmare stagger with that right hand shot. Yeah, Matua just brings that out of left field every time he hits it. Runs with forearm strike. Presti on another quick cover, barely kicked out at 2. Nightmare has just over 13 minutes to try to get 4 falls before Matua can score any more here. We've already seen Matua throw together 2 quick falls within 15 seconds of each other. Can he do it again, or can Nightmare retaliate? Matua is showing that strength. Deadlift into the sit-down powerbomb. Matua trying to run away with it here at this point. Nightmare just rolls that shoulder. Matua thinking high risk one more time. Gets all the frog splash. Right back to work with that leg drop combination. Champion just asserting his will here. Showing all sorts of power. Deadlift moves back to back to back. And literally back to back in this instance. Deadlift German into the deadlift powerbomb. Hooks the legs on this one. Nightmare gonna kick out one more time though. And he's gonna work back on those arms. Nightmare pops up. Desperation arm drag. Nightmare trying to get himself willed back into this match here. But with just under 11 and a half minutes to go, he's got to score 4 falls. Dives through with that elbow drop one more time. Runs through, hits that Yakuza kick. Eddie could be out here. No, kicks out at 2.8. Nightmare absolutely beside himself. Now one of those quick short curb stomps, trying to step through the ribcage of Matua. Nightmare kicks Eddie down low, has him up. Popped into the Crystal Lake Cutter, got all of it. Back press has that leg hooked. Eddie's only up 2 falls at this point. Might that be enough though? Nightmare gonna look. Dives through with the Lope Suicida. Yes, 5-3. I've actually been keeping track and logging times too for posterity's sake. Nightmare, that neck breaker onto the knee pad. Black knee pad, I don't actually know if he wears. And he kicks the champ down low hard. I gotta say, if they tie this close to the end, we may end up having to go into a 1-fall sudden death match on Storm next week. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it may happen. Now he's going to split the uprights. That kick looked super low and then walks through. After another series of quick kicks, trying to float and steal a quick cover here. Matua's going to muscle out at 2.8. Nightmare has just under 8 minutes, just under 9 minutes rather, to not give up any more falls and get 2 more. Gets dropped into that tilt-a-whirl gourd buster though. Matua could be looking frog splash one more time. Gets all of it with the twist. Is he going to go back for the leg drops? Nope. Opts to go for the cover. Fast Eddie scores another one, now up 6-3. As Nightmare staggered, Nightmare's going to fight off that top rope. Package into the fall away slam. Not looking good for Nightmare here. Eddie pops back up, snaps off the European. Into the Hopena driver. Can we say that that's out of nowhere? Imatua absolutely running away with it at this point. Nightmare, that discus kick. The two are going to find a way to muscle back out of it. Now going to bite away at the fingers. I don't know if that's what you want to do when you have just over 7 minutes left and you're down 4 falls here. Now into that choke. At this point, he may just want to hurt Matua. Try to force a vacancy maybe, but I don't even know if that's going to be enough. Nightmare off the top, hits that diving elbow one more time. Brings Matua out to the center. Hits that perfect neck snap. Going back to work with those curb stomps. If Nightmare has a plan here, he needs to start executing immediately. Dumps Matua out the hard way to the playground. 6 minutes left here. Nightmare trying to steal the cover. Matua's going to kick out before 3 count can get into position. Matua bounced rib first off the steps. Now goes into the cover, forearm to the face. Eddie's going to roll that shoulder one more time. Nightmare hits that low kick. Matua's going to fight his way back. Both men exhausted here. 25 minutes have gone by, just beating the absolute hell out of each other. I don't know if Eddie knows what he actually wants to do here. He's just trying to, I think, waste time, play rope-a-dope with Nightmare. Quick forearm strike. As the challenger staggered down to a knee. Big reverse DDT. Nightmare's head bounced off that bottom step. And that, honestly, that might be the nail in the coffin. Matua quick roll up. Was going for the Hopena cutter. Nightmare finally pushed it off. Goes out of the way of that chop. Yeah, it's Nightmare has to get 5 falls in 4 minutes and not give up any. It's, I gotta say, I think we might potentially see Eddie 2 belts after this weekend. At this point, Matua just has to clamp that on and not break it. Just hold on to that key lock for the next 3.5 minutes. Nightmare's gonna power up out of it though. Quick kick down low, has Matua up. Hits the Crystal Lake Cutter. Might be too little too late. Nightmare's gonna get another fall here. Has to quickly power through and score 4 more though in the next 3.5 minutes. Matua runs through with that avalanche European uppercut. Driving the back of the knee into the head one more time. Nightmare's completely on his feet, takes a soul kick. Gets sent neutral corner. Matua runs through with that European one more time. Nightmare busted open at some point in the last couple minutes. Nightmare up on the shoulders, gets dumped into that gourd buster one more time. Nightmare pops back up, dragon screw. Do not taunt, kid. Put the pedal to the metal and start going for falls. A shot to the kidneys. Nightmare stagger with the forearms. Kicks Matua down low, trying to slow him down. Forearm strike shot, blocked, left hand. Nightmare bounced off that barricade. Looked like he actually slingshot it back into that side of the steps. Nightmare thrown a 3 count. I will say, even though Nightmare's pretty much been catching the L most of this match, he still at least looks better than CC Bones did in last year's Iron Woman match. That Iron Maiden match was just an absolute shit show. Matua trying to get one more fall here. Nightmare's going to kick out at 1.8 something or other. 2.8, whatever. Just over a minute to go, and I gotta say, Nightmare's, he has to hope for a meteor to just fall out of the sky and kill Eddie Matua at this point to regain that belt. Bounce off those steps. Nightmare's gonna try to tap into that Mayhem resiliency, but it's, yeah. To a big right hand. Reverse DDT one more time on the outside. Quick elbow drop. Matua heading back up top side. Hits one more frog splash. One more Hopena driver. It was just under 10 seconds. Eddie Matua is still your very bloody Blitz Division champion. With a final pinfall count, 9 falls for Eddie Matua. 4 falls to Nightmare. Both men that, like, you have to give it up to both Nightmare and Eddie Matua. Both men came out here wanting to prove their points. The curse of mayhem is struck one more time. They cannot get the ball rolling the way they were last season. Eddie's going to go get stitched up, prepare for his Cruiserweight Championship match over in Supernova. And then he has to set his eyes on his new #1 contender, Space Homie, and that is going to do it for us here. Steve with the official schedule for Supernova for this weekend. We got Blackout Saturday where Matua is going to go after Andres Calderon. Voltage Sunday, we will be back Monday with next week's Storm, rather. As we continue to build towards the Mad Science Fair project. For your winners and losers tonight, for Supremacy getting a huge new member of BJ Wiley. For Space Homie, for Koo, Kersey, and Nick Bruiser Jr., but most importantly for Eddie Matua, doing the damn thing, looking like a black metal cover album with all that blood in the eyes. I have been your voice of choice, and we are signing off. We will see you next week, unless we see you in Supernova.